Hello family, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to make fresh fettuccine and linguine pasta served with meatballs and fresh vegetables. If you're new here, welcome and welcome back to Beyond Aroma of Kenya, where I make simple and easy recipes perfect for dinner families. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let's get straight to today's video. Right here in my tin, I have 1 cup of all-purpose wheat flour, and then over here in my jug, I have exactly 150 ml of warm water. So the water for this particular recipe that I'm going to be making will range from 150 exactly to maybe, let me say, 170 ml. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. If you don't have a cup to measure the flour, just measure 16 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to add it into my mixing bowl, and then I'm going to go in with some salt to taste. A quarter tablespoon will be okay. And then I'm going to go in with my spoon and mix this up. So I'm going to go in with my water bit by bit. So actually I already did this recipe and I wanted to upload it, but I made 1 and 2 mistakes here and there, so I didn't want to upload that video. So here I am again. I got all the tips and tricks and all that stuff that I need for this, and let's just do this. Okay, this is the water that is remaining. I'm going to go in with the last dash of my water, and here again there is no restriction really. If the dough turns out a little sticky, you can just dust it with a little flour. So here you are going to have to knead this dough to prevent it from breaking. Take your time to knead it properly. I'm going to go in with a dash of oil, and then I'm going to knead it in. Your dough should be lump free. No flour lumps in it. Make sure you make a good dough. So after all, my dough did not turn out super soft. Actually, it's a little tough. Soft and tough. It's medium tough. So after this, I'm going to cover this up, and then I'm going to let it rest. So here you can decide to cover the dough with a wet cloth like the recipe says. Should I say a damp cloth? Or if you decide, you can just rub a little bit of oil on your dough, and then you can cover it with a dry kitchen towel so the upper part of your dough doesn't dry, and get something to cover it up. Okay, so here I am with my kitchen towel. I sprinkled a little water in it. I'm going to go ahead and cover my dough up, and then I'm going to get a lid for it, and then we're going to rest this dough for at least half an hour, that is 30 minutes, to make it real soft. So moving on, it's already past half an hour. Our dough is really soft now and squishy. Look at that. And then I'm going to pinch balls out of it. So for the ball, I'm going to pinch half the size of a chapati ball. As you can see, they're tiny. I have my own reasons for that. I'm going to show you that in a few minutes from now. And then we're going to make rondelles out of this. Just like that. It looks really cute. And then I have my tray here. I'm going to lay them here. Okay, so here we go. I made 12 roundels. The next thing that I'm going to need to do is to cover them up. I have my white sheet here. I'm going to cover them up as I work on them one by one. You can rub some oil to the top so it doesn't stick on your cover or on your polythene. And then again, after you uncover your dough, after the half an hour, and then you feel like your dough is still stiff, you can make these roundels and then you can rest them again for at least 10 minutes so they can be soft. So just take your time to let them rest properly so you can get a soft dough. Yeah. Moving on, today I'm going to be working on my surface here. It's actually clean. I already wiped it. All I need to do is to make it a little shiny. You can double your board, but for me again, I learned that my board, when I double it over here, it moves a lot and gives me a very hard time. So today let's just work with what we have here, provided it's clean. And then another thing that I almost forgot to tell you is to set some flour aside. You're going to need it for the dusting. So if you decide to double the recipe or you decide to divide the recipe, just make sure you have some flour you set aside. And then I'm going to go in with this rolling pin to push my dough to make it large. Okay, I feel like this is just the right thickness. So from here, what I'm going to do to save time is to double these sheets together like you're making samosa sheets. Just dust the lower dough or the first dough and then lay the second one on top, just like that, and then you're going to roll them out together just like you roll a chapati. Okay, I feel like this size is just the perfect size what I want. Okay, so from here, other people decide to just let the pasta be rolled like this. If you decide, if you're good at that, just cut your pasta out and then cook it like you cook normal spaghetti or pasta. But I learned from experience the other time that I made this, the truth is the pasta breaks if it's rolled like this, and I don't want to repeat the same mistake that I did before. So we are going to cook this for at least 2 minutes on both sides. Yeah, let me just go ahead and transfer this to the stove. So here we go. I have my preheated pan. I already cooked the first one. So the reason why I decided to make the tiny roundels is because of the size of my pan. If you have a bigger pan, you can double the roundels to at least 4, or you can double each roundel, let me say double the size of each roundel, yeah, to make them a little large, and then you can work on them one by one, whichever way you choose, provided it's easy for you, go for it. This is just ready. I'll set it aside so it can cool.
I want to try.
No.
Yes.
You will be burnt. So moving on, here I'm going to start separating this. You need to let them cool and then you can separate them, but the ones that I made first are already cold. So I'm just going to take my time to separate each one. Pull them gently. So moving on, I have my board here. It's just all about making thin strips. So this first pasta that are straight like this are called fettuccine pasta. So that's what I'm going to be making. And then for the rest of this, I'm going to fold it together to make short pasta, which is called linguine pasta. You're not going to throw the ends away. This is how this looks. That's the second type of pasta. Here we go, the linguine pasta. And then the second way that you can do this is to cut the sides to make a square or a rectangle out of your pasta. So the sides are side. You're not going to throw them away. And then now you're just going to make your fettuccine pasta. Now for the hands, you're going to be making linguine pasta. Just double your pasta, put them all together as I'm doing the video here. You can decide to fold them like this, and then I'm going to cut them out. The linguine pasta is ready. So here again, if you're afraid that your pasta is going to break after cooking them for the 2 minutes or 3 minutes, somewhere here in the middle they're going to be stuck. So you can just decide not to separate the wraps or the pasta. Just cut them into pieces to prevent them from breaking when you're separating them. That's another tip. So here we go, I'm not done. I separated these short ones from the longer ones. So moving on, right here I have my ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and transfer it over here so I can mix all the ingredients together. And make sure your hands are clean before you handle this. And then right here I have my cumin powder. I'm going to go in with a 1/4 tablespoon. And then I have some cayenne pepper. I'm going to add it just a 1/4 tablespoon to give it a little heat. You can use any seasoning that you want. I have some black pepper. I'll go in with a 1/4 tablespoon again to give it a little heat. You can use a pinch because the cayenne is hot. And then right here I have my garlic and ginger paste. You can use powdered garlic or powdered ginger, or you can just go ahead and just use pure chopped garlic, finely chopped garlic. You don't want the ginger in it. And then another thing that you're going to need to add in is some salt to taste. Just a little. And then now, since my hands are clean, you can use a spoon to mix this. I'm going to just go in with my hand to mix this up together first. And then to make this ground beef stick to each other or to be compact, so that when you're going to be cooking it, it doesn't separate, you're going to need an egg yolk, or you can use flour. So for me, since I have someone who doesn't take eggs, I'm going to go in with some flour, 1 or 2 tablespoons depending on the amount of ground beef that you have. So 2 tablespoons will be enough for me. And then I'm going to just go ahead and mix this up. It will make your ground beef compact, like I did in my previous sandwich video. Check it out on my channel. I love that video very much, you guys. And then now the trick is just to go in with your hand. Your hand is the best tool that you got, provided it's clean. And then mix this together. Yeah, and make sure you don't add excess flour. You can go in with a tablespoon at a time, so you can know the amount that you need if you are eyeballing it. I'm going to rub in a little bit of oil on my hand, and then we are going to make balls here. I'm going to pinch balls out of this. And then again, the size depends with your taste. Roll them around to make them a little compact. There we go. There we go. My meatballs are ready. Right here I have my pan. I have some oil in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add in, I have some dry rosemary leaves here. I want to season this oil. You can decide to go in with garlic, but since I already have the garlic in my meatballs, I don't see the need of that. You move it around and then I'll let it sit here for a few minutes. Make sure you strain it to get rid of the leaves, so your oil is clean. I'll add back my oil in now. I'm going to be shallow frying these meatballs until each side is golden brown. Open it and then turn it, and you can use slow heat to make sure that it cooks slowly so that it can cook even the inside. Try to balance them so a side can cook. I'm now going to set them aside. On the same pan, I'm going to go in with my onions. I chopped some green onion. Let me go in with the first pieces that are white. That takes time to cook. Yes. I want to cook them too. Okay. Then I'm going to fry my onions to golden brown. Now that my onions are golden brown, the white parts, I'm going to go in now with the green leaves. They take a few minutes to cook. I'm now going to go in with my onions. I have 4 small or medium-sized chopped onions here. I'm going to go in with some salt to make my tomato soft and spicy. And then I'll mix it up. I'll cover it and wait for the tomatoes to soften. You can go in with paprika to make this extra red if you want that. Make sure you soften all the tomatoes so they are not lumpy. Now I'll go in with my meatballs. And then I'll go in with some water. Slightly cover them up. I feel like that's just enough. I'm not going to mix anything really. I just want it to simmer. And I feel like I'm going to need something to cover it up. Something like a sufuria pot. This is the right size. And then I'm going to let it simmer for at least 10 minutes on medium heat. To another pan over here, I'm going to go ahead and roast some carrot. So I have my oil on my pan, and then right here on my board I have one medium sized, or should I say large, carrot that I already chopped. I'm going to add them in. Fire up my stove first. And then I'll just fry them to golden brown. Shallow fry them so they don't have so much oil. We are going to be pan roasting them. That's the correct word for it really. So to the furthest end here, I'm going to try to flip this over so that I can get to cook both sides of this. I feel like the upper part will not cook really well, and I want them to cook even in the inside. I'm flipping my meatballs here. I transferred them to the end of the stove. Yeah. I'll cover it up and then I'll let it cook for the rest of the minutes that I've been in. Some of the carrots are ready, as you can see. Both sides are golden brown. I don't want them to burn. I'll set them aside and then I'll let the rest cook too. My carrots are all ready. I'm going to get rid of this excess oil. Then I'm going to season them with some salt. You can add any spice of your choice in. Then I'm going with my salt. Some masala here. Then you just add a little bit of it in. Then I'll mix it up. And there we go. My carrots are just ready. I'll set them aside. I now feel like this is just ready. I don't want to drain it up. Looks really good. So moving on, I'm going to be serving this. I have my pasta here in a tray, and then now I'm going to go in with my meatballs on top of it. The reason why I didn't add it here is because I felt like it will break the meatballs in case I added a spoon to it. Then we'll soup it up. And here we go, at nice ready, you guys. And Thanks for watching. I hope you like this particular recipe. It's a very easy dinner recipe that you can also have for lunch. Check out the playlist that I created on my channel. I know you're going to love a bunch of my videos in there. See you in my next video. Bye.